Hey everybody, welcome back to some new Entropia content. I got some good news right off the bat to start the show. Someone was shopping at my shop, so thanks guys. Someone went to Crunk stall number 2, my shop, right next to the teleporter on Rocktropia, and they purchased the Ruxnet code. So big shout out to them, thanks for helping support my show, or my channel, or me in general. Yeah, that's always sweet. I like getting shop sales. Right, so to update what I did yesterday is I placed my stuff on the auction. I don't think I have any bids yet. What I did is I placed a super adhesive print with some bonding liquid, or bonding liquid print with some super adhesive. Why do I always do shit in reverse? I'm permanently dyslexic for speaking and reading. Not to make fun of dyslexia. I know one guy that had it that was on my show and he was telling me some information about it. It reminded me a lot about how I can't read music. It's like I took, lessons to how to read music. And man, it's like everyone else in the class got it, but I just couldn't figure it out for some reason. Just beyond my capabilities. Maybe I just need a different teaching style. Fuck. Well, I got 2 seconds in and I got called by my roommate, so I'll be right back. Right, I'm back everyone. Wasn't the worst case scenario. I just had to carry my uncle to the washroom and grab breakfast, but I got extra energy now. Now, yesterday I was having a really rough go. It's like I don't know how I managed to get into well, I don't even know if it was. What was going on was some really bad health issues and almost had to go to the hospital, but man, I managed to grab some freaking, what is it? God, it's fucking gone now. Oh, here it is. The Vicks Vapor Rub inhaler. God, this thing was a lifesaver. It's like, I don't know what happened was yesterday. Let's get into some crafting before I begin. What I wanted to do was show you guys how, crafting. Did I buy the nano cubes already? Nano. Let's check. Excuse me. Right, looks like I don't have the nano cubes. Now I was thinking of doing is buying a bunch of nano cubes. Doing maybe, yeah, let's try a 30 ped crafting run. Nano. And while I run these through, I'll give you a little bit of updates on what's been going on with me. Nano cubes. Alright, let's try first tea and titty. Don't want to get greedy. Warm up today. Ah, one click. You son of... Now, what's going on yesterday is I started to get feeling really weak. I'm like, holy shit, it's just like the humidity. I have had lingering fucking issues with temperature since my concussion. So it's like, it's probably just that. Then I started to get food poisoning symptoms, like my whole system being flushed out in the washroom. It's pretty nasty. I don't want to get into details on that. So I was like, maybe it's still just the humidity. Then I started to get the pressure in my chest and like chest pains and wasn't able to get full breaths of air properly and gasping for fucking air just like walking across the room. So I was like, oh shit, this is definitely a whole bunch of bad signs in a row. So I was like, man, I was even like gonna ignore it at that point. I'm like, oh, it's just the heat, it's just the heat. Then I freaking ate supper. Then that's where the fucking worst of it began. It's like as soon as I ate supper, all of a sudden, when I was done like swallowing all my food, my fucking throat felt like I fucking ate broken glass. It was just stinging like I never imagined possible. So I was like, oh fuck, this is like a whole bunch of really bad symptoms all in a row. So even though my family's gone in for the big test everyone's talking about that I'm not allowed to mention on YouTube, so we came back negative. So we're like, what the hell? Like, how come we're getting these crazy ass, welding wire print? That wasn't too bad. I'm kind of hoping for some actual Cyrene related prints so I can show you guys that once you start getting some more prints on Cyrene, a lot of them are going to involve sweat. So anyways, so I'm like, oh shit, what the hell am I going to do? So what I did is I do have a bunch of natural path methods that I try every time I get sick to see if any of them would work. So first it was the gargling salt. I don't know if anyone's gargled salt before, but back in the day when I was like almost hospitalized with chronic throat infections, I kept going to pharmacies and doctors asking for different over-the-counter stuff, and they're like prescribing me all this, blah blah blah, giving me all these that you can buy over the counter. And there was this really nice Indian guy from fucking thick accent, could barely understand what he said, but man, did he help me. He's like, man, are you really getting really bad sore throats? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and you've tried all these medications and they're not working? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'm not really supposed to tell you this, but the strongest thing you can do is just gargle salt water. He's like, have you tried that yet? And I'm like, no. So I went home and tried gargling salt water. What do you know? Fucking worked better than anything else. So like, big shout out to that guy working at the pharmacy. I highly doubt he's watching the show, but God, he practically saved my life. Because I was getting hooked on those fucking, like I was taking some strong stuff to try to kill the stinging in my throat. And how I eventually fixed that problem is I got my tonsils removed. I had chronic tonsillitis and got so bad I couldn't even swallow food anymore. It was great for weight loss, but everything else, it sucked balls. Not in a good way. So yeah, so thank God. It's like, yesterday I tried gargling the salt water to see if that would do it. And the thing with salt water, it's one of those things when you gargle it, you can just put a little bit, it'll sting a little. Depending how bad your sore throat is, you can put more and more salt in. And then yesterday I just fucking caked in the salt and then gargled that. Then fucking throat was like stinging like crazy from the salt, but it actually hurt less than the broken glass stinging sensation. So I was like, holy shit, like no pain, no gain. Let's see how this works. So I gargled it and gargled it. Yeah, it took the edge off the fucking stinging broken glass sensation. Because I think the salt stinging was worse. Or it wasn't as bad, but it made it feel less in comparison. Because I was like, oh, this salt stinging is pretty intense too. It got my mind off of it. But it still wasn't doing the trick. So my next trick was, this isn't health advice, this is just what I tried for myself. Yeah, so then next thing I do is we got honey cinnamon tea, or apple cinnamon tea. And I took a spoonful of organic honey, added it to that. That's the old Egyptian one, is they used to use honey tea to clear up phlegm and sore throats and stuff. So I tried drinking that, and it took the edge off both the stinging of the sore throat like broken glass, and it also got rid of the stinging from the salt sensation. Well, not completely, but it was almost like 99% gone. I could still feel a tiny bit of it. So after I drank all that, it was like almost cured it. But then I was like, oh shit, I still had the fucking pressure build up in my chest and I wasn't getting air in properly. So I was like, shit, I remember the thing I use the most to get air in my lungs is these fucking Vicks inhalers. So I grabbed it out of my storage room, took a few huffs, and like fucking instant miracle. All of a sudden my fucking chest passages, nose, everything just expanded to full oxygen capacity again. So I was like, oh, thank God, now I can breathe again. So I was thinking, geez, man, like I don't think it's the actual thing that I'm not supposed to talk about. It is probably just heat stroke or something, but fuck, man, I keep around one of these Vicks vapor inhalers just in case. But yeah, and then my roommate went and picked up a new fresh pack of these because this one is about almost 10 years old. I've had it since my first trip up north to the Holy Mountain. So anyways, yeah, this thing still works, but when I got a fresh one, oh, another welding wire print. Yeah, when I got a fresh one, I left the fresh one upstairs in my room. I should probably take it out because my room's a fucking sauna. Now, I sleep in an attic, and then the attic doesn't have air conditioning, so you can imagine how hot it gets up there. The only thing is good is the attic has really good ventilation during the night, so as soon as it gets cool at night, I can air out the whole attic and it'll be freaking freezing the whole night. But yeah, I don't know, I grabbed the Vicks chest rub cream and stuff, I put that on, but really, this thing worked the best. Alright, everyone, I am back. Now what I was hoping was... Hey, what's going on? Oh, there we go. Now what I was hoping is the game would start giving me some Cyrene-based prints. Because if you get a print from Cyrene, it usually has better markup than the standard Calypso prints. And when I come back, what I'll be doing is trying a couple different types of prints once I have my 1000 ped. I'll probably show my 1000 ped trick on Cyrene. It's not really a trick, it's more of a strategy, but It's one of those things where if you do a crafting run of like a slightly larger amount, like instead of doing 100 ped, do 1,000 ped, it gives you a larger playing field, like more casts in the ocean. So then I can find that I usually get a better return of prints over a long crafting period rather than a shorter one. And some of the prints that you can loot on Cyrene, depending which type you're making, have markups of over 200 ped each. And I've looted them a few times, so that's usually what keeps bringing me back. No, and if anyone's wondering, I haven't really been going out at all since February. Not even stores. But then I got my roommates going out all the time, and she's the O blood or whatever. And apparently they're always asymptomatic. So that's why I was really paranoid about them going shopping all the time, because I was like, shit, if you get sick, you won't even feel it, and then I'll catch it. But I am a big believer in the whole herd immunity thing, so maybe this is for the best if I do have it. Trying a little vapor oil, and holy fuck. Because I haven't been vaporizing in a week, I was like, oh. No, I don't believe I ever finished my first fucking story. Maybe it was on the other channel too. But the first time I ever used the modified Extreme Q vaporizer. I know some people always message me in the chat and they're like, hey, I vaporize weed too. I'm like, are you using the Extreme Q? Because I don't know, like other vaporizers in the Extreme Q, it's kind of like the difference of like taking a sip of beer, fucking chugging 260 ounces of hard liquor. It's like dramatically different. I tried a whole bunch of other vaporizers before I came to the Extreme Q. And even the Extreme Q on its own isn't even the greatest. When they released it, it happened to be one of the pieces they put in it was used for elbow bowls. And they'd never designed it to actually use it for elbow bowls. But I'm pretty sure after a whole bunch of people used it that way, they started to sell pieces like assuming that people are going to start using it like that. Because technically the Extreme Q isn't even for inhaling anything. It's actually like a room vaporizer. You're supposed to fill it with like potpourri and stuff and it'll fill your room. So it's like a natural incense burner. That's how they get away with making it in China and stuff. Not to mention any names, but I almost got a job working with a vaporizer company. And then the only thing is they wanted me to go on trips to China for them. I was like, man, I'm not risking it because I've seen those movies in China where if they find out it's for weed, you get killed, right? They have really strict weed laws there. So I don't know, to me it just wasn't worth the risk. It's like you could give me $10 million to go over to China and work on a weed project. I still wouldn't do it. I don't know, it kind of sickens me in a way because I've said no to so many jobs that could have made me rich. It's like, oh, if only I would have said yes to one of them. Not that I want to be rich. Pretty sure if I was rich, I would just eat buckets of fried chicken every day and be big as a house. So, in a way, it's probably for the best. It's like, guys, don't donate to my Patreon too much. If you do, you'll kill me. Yeah, so anyways, to finish the story, the first time that I actually tried the Extreme Q vaporizer, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Filled the bags, did all that shit. But then what I did is I tried the elbow bowl method, and I was like, holy fuck. It was so strong, the room started spinning, and my skin started turning green, and I was gonna puke. I was like, that's the kind of buzz I was looking for. No, before that day, I always thought that the spins was only possible from overdoses, like drinking too much alcohol or eating too much cannabis. I once ate enough cannabis to make me overdose, and I got the spins from that. It was pretty nasty. But yeah, that was the first time I ever got the spins from inhaling weed. I was like, okay, this is definitely way stronger of a method than anything else. Because, like, man, the weed I was using wasn't even very good. So I was like, holy shit, how did this average weed get me wasted more than anything I've ever tried before? And that's kind of how my product testing fell through in my vaporizer. I realized that it's making it so strong that it's doing more harm than good. It'd kind of be like releasing fentanyl. I kind of feel sorry for the company or family that made fentanyl because they probably had good intentions too, but then it became so addictive. Alright. Let's go to the opposite end, the second tee, see what kind of luck I can have with that. If I get a whole bunch of fails, I know what to do. Alright, when you get a lot of fails, this is what you do. Max condition. Nothing will end fails like max condition. Hey, look at that. There's a guy in Rocktropia, and he's buying 1 M of sweat. Like 1 million. Which I'm pretty sure no one's going to have 1 million to sell in one trade. It'd be weird if they did. It'd be someone like me. Maybe I'll message him the rate. Anyone curious to see what he's buying 1 M sweat for? I'm kind of like getting a little bit nervous here with the whole Entropia situation. Not yet. He's asking if I have 1 million sweat. I'll be like, no, not yet. But I know some people that want to get rid of it. No, it's like, maybe he just... What I'm thinking, like the whole Entropia partner situation right now, is they're starting to buy sweat for 1.5. And I'm pretty sure they have no level cap. So it doesn't create that fucking horrible problem of creating a whole bunch of fake avatars. So what I was thinking... Technically, if someone's smart, they would go around buying up 1 million sweat at 1K, like 1 ped per K, and then sell it to Entropia partners. But I'm not sure if Entropia partners has made a cap. I'm pretty sure it's unlimited sweat buying. Yeah, I love the old sweat game. It's like, man, it's so weird, eh? I've played so many different ways in Entropia, crafting, hunting, and everything. And really, if I wanted to go back to the most fun I've ever had in the game, is when I was a sweat dealer. Like buying and reselling sweat. I don't know what it was. It was just like the most entertaining thing I've ever done in the game. And it's not even close. It's a long shot. And then he's asking me what my price is. It's like, I don't have a price. I'm not a sweat trader. No, back in the day, I reached the cap, well not the cap, what I started to buy and sell was 1 million sweat at a time, and I was selling it to Sibby. He used to own the unlimited welding wire print and a mothership, so he had a good desire for lots of sweat. And the profits I was making per trade was anywhere between 0.2 and 0.3. Can't remember what the ratio was. I think I was buying it at 2 ped a K and selling it for 2.3 ped a K. So there was a fair bit of profit in it. And it wasn't even the profit that I loved most about it. It was just the fucking interaction with so many new players. It's like, hey man, nice to meet you. Get to talk to them, see who they are, why they started playing Entropia. It's like, it was such a social activity. And the excitement of proving haters wrong. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I tend to attract quite a few haters in my life. And every time I do, it's like, they're like my motivation. It's like my cheerleaders. It's like, I almost feel like I should be paying them. Alright, well this guy won't release how much he's buying the sweat for. I'm assuming because his price is very varied as well. This whole idea of buying one at once is kind of weird. I wonder if he's actually planning on crafting welding wire with it, or he has the plan of selling it to Entropia partners. I don't know, any viewers in the chat like to see me become a sweat reseller for a few episodes? It's pretty fucking exciting. You would never believe, like sometimes you go into crowds of people, you get like 10 or 20 people yelling swear words at you, saying they'll never sell you the sweat. And then while they're doing that, it's like you're have a lineup of people selling you sweat for the price you're asking, and it's like, sorry, I can't keep up with your yelling and hate while I make transactions. Ching 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 ching. Oh man, I shouldn't be so mean, but fuck, I can't help it sometimes. I think it's because I try to be overly good in real life, and then when I'm in a video game, it's like I kind of want to let loose a little. I remember when I used to play Battlefield 2 with the old buddy of mine. Yeah, my old best friend that died at the age of 27. But anyways, he was always going on to me. He's like, man, you're fucking so evil in games. He's like, why are you doing it? And it's like, well, it's because I'm trying to win, right? He's like, but you're killing your own teammates to get points. And it's like, well, I'll only do it occasionally. And when I can get away with it without them seeing. No, because what Battlefield 2 had was these flags that you had to capture. So sometimes if someone on your team made it to the flag first, what I would do, stand next to him and be like, man, I got your back. Let's protect this flag. So as we're protecting it, we're like shooting the enemies. And then as soon as like as soon as it came time to the flag to give the bonus, like the bonus for actually capturing it, I would detonate the vehicle that he was in. So technically I wouldn't lose any points because I didn't get the kill, the vehicle exploded. But when the vehicle explodes, he would die and then I'd be the only person on the team left, so I'd get the points. And then he'd be like, oh, how'd the vehicle blow up? I'd be like, oh, I have no idea. No, I was ruthless in that game. But man, you should have seen the fucking scores I had. Like, I know, like, I bet you when they boot that game up again, it's going to be tempting me to play it. Because I had streaks going where I'd get first out of 24 people like 100 times in a row. It's like other players would be lucky if they could do it twice or maybe 3 times. Definitely not while I'm in the room. And if anyone else played Battlefield 2 Modern Combat on PlayStation Network, you'll probably recognize the Leland name. He was a real bastard. No, what I did is I just refined my skills at 1 or 2 levels where other people tended to play all the levels in the game. So it was kind of cheesy, but in a way it worked really well. What separates Battlefield 2 Modern Combat from regular first-person shooters, if no one's played it, it was like the first 24-player PlayStation 2 versus on a map battle like that we ever had in first-person shooters. And it had the headset feature so you could talk to your teams, and that was actually a big part of the game in that one. And it was all strategy. It's like, you know how a lot of first-person shooters these days, it's like you kind of just run into a room, die, run into a room, die. These maps were set up like fucking intricate chessboards, and wherever you walked, it was like a maze. It was crazy, and it wasn't always like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. You'd have to go to trailers of a level called Bridge Too Far. There's quite a few people on YouTube that started talking about it. They're like, what the fuck? How come video games have always digressed? It's like Battlefield 2 Modern Combat was like the ultimate first-person shooter game, and we haven't had anything like it since. And maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Did they release Battlefield 2 Modern Combat yet? I know some people talk about Battlefield 2, but that's like a PC game and it's different. It's not the same one. It has to be Modern Combat. Excuse me. It was only out for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and Xbox 360, I believe, at one point. The server shut down in 2012, so it's been quite a while. No, what the reason they shut the servers down is they couldn't get people to stop playing it, and it didn't have in-app purchases. So like they didn't want the fucking version without in-app purchases to be the most popular, which kind of fucking pisses me off. Cause God, yeah, that was the heyday too, because like online gaming was just getting popular, so they didn't have all the in-app purchase shit yet. So it was like super balanced. It's the most balanced game that's ever been made. It's like if you were good at strategy and decent at shooting, you could fucking clean up in that game. I think it was like one of those games that like really draws high IQ players. I noticed that's what Entropia is like. Like most people that you meet in Entropia that have been playing it for a long time, I bet you their IQ is pretty much off the charts. Like compared to like the average, well, not to make fun of like kids games and stuff, but Entropia has so much other strategy to it that it naturally attracts people with high IQs. Now, maybe that's why Sweden makes it. There's probably a whole bunch of smart people there, maybe. No, I think my IQ used to be pretty decent at one point, but I'm pretty sure I put a dent in that over the years. But I hope you guys won't pick on me. It's like I used to be part of the smart people club. Now, to be fair, when I do stop vaporizing for a week, it does seem to help quite a bit. So if anyone's going through some issues where they're not feeling the smartest, you might want to put the bottle down or the fucking vaporizer down. No, balanced diet apparently does quite a bit too. I was surprised reading all the research about what you eat and how it actually affects your brain chemistry. So I wonder, like, maybe like all those universities are filled with people from certain regions of the world, like Japan, because it's something to do with their food source. They even say the food source is making them live longer, so it would kind of make sense it would have a similar effect on intelligence or IQ. Oh yeah, my prophetic dream came to pass today. Remember I was saying that I dreamt that my big disc golf thing would get cancelled? Well, today was the beginning of the new season of disc golf, and everyone's like, yeah, everyone has to be there. And I fucking was so drained from feeling sick yesterday that I couldn't go today. So it came to pass. Well, I thought it was going to be missing lunch, but I guess that was a metaphor for me being in the bathroom nonstop. That's what's the weird thing with prophetic dreams. Sometimes it's very similar to what's going to happen, but there's slight differences. The dream doesn't tell you everything. I know, that's why I really suck at translating dreams, so I was thinking, man, I should get a book to do that. I'm having all these prophetic dreams, and I translate half of them wrong. Oh yeah, and if anyone wants to see some updates on the Atlantis content I've been working on, I'm starting to get really pumped for it. I don't know, the last few breakthroughs I've had, it almost gives me the chills. So when I do the show on it, I think I might have to do a whole nother week of sobriety because I'm going to need all my faculties to present it. I'm tempted too, I should make two versions of the show. I'll make one version where I swear and smoke weed the whole time, and I'll make another version where I'm just like a fucking scientist not smoking weed and try not to, well, I can easily not swear. No, it's because I used to be on regular radio, so if I have to not swear, I practiced it quite a bit. Now I have a feeling that the audience will be drastically different in the YouTube analytics, and that's probably what I should do. Because a lot of times I was making the ancient mystery research so prim and proper that no one ever wants to listen to it because it's not funny. Like, fuck that shit. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to try a new crafting terminal. This one isn't really giving me the greatest luck. But before I leave it, maybe I should check it. I didn't even really look. Watch it give me a Hall of Fame and I'm complaining. Now, it did give me a decent amount of welding wire prints. Because you gotta figure, one of these days I should try crafting welding wire. Anyone find a good planet to craft welding wire on? Recommend me trying it? I'd have to guess Rocktropia is the best. I don't know if something Never Die managed to arrange, but they've got good prints. Oh shit! Man, I just remembered something. Now, a buddy of mine that plays Entropia in another country had the whole freaking lockdown situation, or shouldn't even talk about it, screwing up his internet, so he had a really small cap of how much he could use. And then he's worried that he can't install Entropia and log in because of that. But I was thinking what I should have told him is use the Entropia app on your cell phone. I'm pretty sure you can still log in and save your items from be deleting using that, right? Fuck. Yeah, so I'll try messaging him and telling him that, because he should have enough cap space to download the app. That's way smaller. Or is the Entropia app even still running? I was thinking I should install it on my computer. I got BlueStacks now. Yeah, here's a big shout out to Cyrene. See what they did when they labeled the teleporter? Instead of calling it some fucked up name in another language like Zazi Badooda Badooda, this place actually has some fucked up name, but then says what it is next to it. Like blah 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 blah, landing teleporter. Other planets, please take note. It's like I'm sure there's going to be other people that are naturally slow, that like me, that fucking have to struggle every time they fucking use a teleporter trying to remember what each one means. Yeah, that's so sweet. So now I can just be like, hey, I want to go to the landing teleporter. What is it called? And then use the teleporter to look it up. Not that I have to leave the game and look it up on a website or something. Everyone's like, yeah, you could do that. But I'm like, the danger of doing that when you design a game, every time someone turns the game off and uses the internet, they just might not go back into the game. You could get distracted. Like me. That's like when you design a website, you don't put links to other content that's your competitors, right? You wouldn't want people logging in and clicking on that instead. Alright, I think I better rest a bit today. Trade terminal blueprints. Ah, there it is, construction. Let's give this terminal a try. And what am I equipped with? Yeah, I have my refiner equipped. Let's try equipping this tool. Sometimes it helps. Oh, almost forgot. Nearly ghosted that guy. Yeah, so I'm starting to build up a possible network of sweat buyers. That'd be kind of neat to become a sweat reseller just for a week. See if I can reach the 10 million mark. 10 million bottles of sweat. I'll smell like me in real life. No, that's what I was going to tell people. Here it is here. You know how I mentioned before that you get really bad BO from quitting cannabis? I cycled through like a million different kinds of deodorant to find out if there was one that could actually work and actually surpass your fucking body's own ammonia. It turns out there actually is one brand that works, that I've found so far. It doesn't last for as long as it says. I'm not even promoting it like sponsor wise, but Right Guard 48 hours will work for about 6 hours. So I'm thinking, yeah, the math is a little off on how long it works, but man, it does. So if you have like usually for an 8-hour work shift, I'll bring it with me because I know it's not going to last long enough to make it through the whole shift, unless it's a 6-hour shift. It depends how much exercise I do too. Alright, sponsor, back in a sec. Today's show was brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Can you tell my sponsor's feeling a little weak today? Whew. Let's try a little bit of couple clicks of this. Maybe I'm due for that big Hall of Fame of 1,000 ped so I can start the proper crafting run. Come on, Cyrene, you can help me. Yeah, it's going to take more than one click. Now, I'm pretty sure the success will be at around 1 ped if I hit it. But I seen some guy on Facebook do it for 1,000 ped, so I'm trying it occasionally. Ah, there we are. Got 150, so it's pretty close. Can you imagine I pulled off 1,000 there? That guy must have been so happy when that happened. Alright, anyone want to see some super success? I'll leave it almost full. See how many successes it actually does. One, because that's what I set it to. Yeah, so you can see when you put it really super full, it's not actually that much drastic of a difference for successes. That's why I kind of debate with people about leaving it at this full setting, because you're just killing how much you can get in bigger loots. Like even the beginning of the first U, I usually like that better. So you get a few fails in there, but then when you have a success, you're going to get more than 2 pack. So you'll start getting 3s. Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind me talking a little bit less in today's episode. I'm trying to preserve my air. Ah, see, look at that, 30 pack. That wasn't bad, eh? That's almost getting close to the explosive tube. I'm pretty sure if I had that full quality setting there, I wouldn't have hit 30 pack. Probably would have been like 10. Kind of reminds me of changing the beddings on the casino, right? Alright, this is a pure Sun Farm sativa. Sadly, it got a little bit stale because I forgot I had to keep it in the fridge. It's too hot in my fucking room. Still tastes pretty good. No, harvest season's going to be coming up soon. So with me cutting back on weed during the week, hopefully, I should be able to make it last till I can harvest my own. Oh shit, that's what I forgot. Now I was thinking, soon I was thinking, when am I going to have to stop giving my plants extra nutrients? I'm like, shit, I haven't even started giving them the extra nutrients yet. I better do that. Now I tried using the different soil this year, instead of going with the Miracle Grow fucking, what is it called? Time released granules. They recommend not using those for growing cannabis, and it didn't taste good when I tried it, so I think they're right about that. But anyway, so I switched to the coconut fiber. It's supposed to be really good. So I'm hoping this year's tastes better. Now what I ended up doing is just making edibles and stuff out of the kinds that tasted bad, because my whole harvest wasn't the greatest. That's why I kept buying weed from the Ontario Cannabis Store. I'm like, shit I grew tasted awful. So awful I wanted to eat it. The king of contradiction. And I don't want to do a whole episode of crafting. We're getting close to the last 20 minutes. So after this hoot, let's go on an adventure. I was going to show you guys where the maze hammer is, but I can't remember. So we'll have to go somewhere else. Or go there by accident. Alright, let's get a global. Chasing globals with the cheapest print in the game. Holy shit. See that? I had a success already. Oh, near success. Let's try one more. When you have the near success, you should go for it. Right? No! No! Alright, finish with the near success. Did this terminal give me any blueprints though? No. It's a little bit stingy with the prints. Let's fish a little bit more, just for one print. The best location of all, between the T's. It never lets me down. Or it does right after. No, I'm just kidding. Gotta get my mind out of the gutter one day. One day. Ah, for a second I thought that was 8 ped. Man, this is not working out. Ah, 4-pack. Woohoo! Nah, I think it's because I got my hopes up after using that bonding liquid yesterday. That thing was so fun to use. I kind of wish I would have kept the super adhesive. I should check the auction, see if anyone else has been buying it up. Did anyone else run straight to Cyrene to try it? Hope you didn't raise the price super high. Ooh, another 50 ped stack for 104. Alright, this guy's nice. He has a good price. I will buy his 104. Let's check the price on super adhesive. I noticed some people started loading the auction with that, so hopefully they don't lower the price too much. Help me determine if I want to use it or sell it. Super adhesive. Alright, super adhesive hasn't been undercut too bad. There's some people have lowered it to around 120, but that's still a pretty decent markup for just refining it, right? 104 to 122. It's not really a trick either. Doesn't Minder pretty much tell everyone you should always refine your materials before you try to sell them? So I think that's what's happening. Some people didn't realize that you could refine yellow crystal and they just sell it as is, not knowing that it can be made into super adhesive. Probably the only reason it's happening because it's not on Calypso. There'd be so many people on Calypso, someone would figure this out. Yeah, so really what I should have done is saved up a giant stack. Well, maybe not. 50 ped's a decent amount. Yeah, I'm so tempted to try some super adhesive. Alright, so either way I gotta refine it. Let's do that. Now I've got two refiners to choose from. The MR100 and this one. I don't think either of them have markup. At one point I did buy the top of the line refiner because I was into the sweat trade, but then I realized that it didn't really make that much of a difference. Or I just forget. Probably forget. Oh yeah, hitting the wrong button. E for everything. Hey, should I check the refiner decay so I can see what it is? So it's at 1 ped. Let's see what it is. Alright, 50 ped super adhesive. It cost me, what is that, 73 pec? So you have to combine that with the auction fee. Yeah, so it might be pretty close to breaking even, huh? Let's check. But if you can sell the super adhesive for 200% when there's not much on the auction, that's when this trick will work the best. Whoops. God, tempting to do a few clicks of bonding liquid. Alright, let's try it. Come on, James Bond this shit. That sucked. Wonder if I could rifle through all 200 of these clicks and not get one success. I don't want to jinx that. That would suck. Man, that's just brutal. Can't watch it like that. It's not the greatest idea to start a run like that, I think. Maybe it's better to start somewhere a little bit further into the yellow, then progress that way up. What did I get at this position yesterday? It's about 8 ped. That would be nice. Has anyone had luck collecting yellow crystal naturally? I was thinking that maybe you could come here, use that as a trick for good markup on loot. Do whatever it's required to get yellow crystal, then sell it for 200% markup. 200% markup on some of your stuff could really help. I'm surprised how many successes and stuff are in a row there when I'm so deep into the yellow. Maybe it's blueprint comprehension skill that helps. Now I was hoping to get a whole bunch of fails in a row, then slide it to full condition, and hope that it pays off. So there's one fail. Come on, more fails. No! There we go. Come on, one more. Fail, fail. No! There. Fail, fail, fail. No! Oh, I know what happened. I made the worst mistake. Forgot to turn on globals. Alright, it's like at the casino. They say if you turn the volume way up on the slot machine, that's when you get the bigger hits. So some people do that as a trick. They'll sit at the slot machine, turn the volume to full, and then fucking make some max bets. Because the casino doesn't want people to win on the no volume, because it doesn't tell everyone, hey look, this guy won, right? Same with the global system. They want people to have the globals visible. I guess it will show up on the global and Entropia either way, so maybe that doesn't affect it. We'll see. Got some fails. Yeah! Alright, that was a good amount of fails. Let's try it now. Should be a clue that it's a good time. Ooh, 9 on full condition. That was a pretty shit-ass full condition, right? Didn't even think it was possible to hit that low. Alright, I don't know how many I'll do. Maybe till I throw up. Oh, there was a success. 46. Come on. That was weaker than between the titties. Tempting to move back. Let's see. Predict what it'll be. 1 ped? 142. Ah, 21. Alright, full success will be 140. Full success! Full success! Now I feel like I had a little bit of ped to spare. Hopefully my other stuff will sell in auction. If it goes down, man, it's going to be hard to make it up to the 1,000 ped. I'll have to lower some of the price prints, maybe grab some of the prints from my shops and bring them into Cali after this event ends. Can raise some ped that way. Won't be all end. And I think my entire print collection is worth at least a few thousand ped. Not to brag, but I just have trouble selling lots of them. That was a little better. 118. What did I say? 142? There we go. Basic bearing. Come on. So here I was trying to do a video showing you guys that I could get some Cyrene prints. No matter what I try, even the Cyrene prints, it just doesn't want to hook me up yet. Man. Shouldn't really complain. They gave me a lot of successes in a row there. Let's try a few more. I was hoping for another 8 petter or something. See what I talk about when you land on a planet? When you first land, it seems when you have the best luck. Once you've used that up, it's almost time to go. Could be just a crafting thing. Alright, back to the sweet spot. Yeah, I can see when you're making Entropia videos, it is tempting to spend more ped, huh? Like, not a lot of times I'll go on a crafting run that is this risky. Now, I think I'm going to message that other shop owner that was selling the thrusters, see if maybe he upgraded to a new shop. Or maybe he had more than one shop location, he just shut that one down. That's probably what it is. Now, another reason I was able to splurge a little bit more today is because I did have some shop sales. That Ruxnet code, that's the reward that you get from completing that AI mission I talk about all the time. So you can see when you're getting those as rewards, that's pretty good because you can sell it. A lot of near success. Oh yeah, that was I was going to show you too. This bonding liquid stuff I make. How much is the markup on it? Holy shit, it sells for 150% also. Yeah, so you can get some good loot. I was thinking there was something in the video I forgot to show everyone yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, the markup on bonding liquid. Because here you're crafting all this bonding liquid and it's not useless like most crafting runs. It's actually worth a shitload. Yeah, so that 8 ped I got was worth 150%. So it was like 12 ped. Alright, so where do I want to run for the end of the video? I've been trying to think of a good place. I'll just pick some random spot. Well yeah, that's what I was going to show you guys too. Before I forget, let's end this madness. Now, I kind of hate crafting too much. I get sick of it pretty quick. Let's see. Where's the blueprints? There we go. So remember how I was talking about on Cyrene that a lot of the prints use sweat? Let's see how many we got. And the book is not going to use sweat. So these ones don't. These low-grade power supply, you can actually loot those from those creatures I was sweating, the Penelians. And then they have a fucking markup of like 40,000 or something. Let me check. See, here's another print that not only does it use that dire weed flaxen with a high markup, but it also uses sweat. So when people are trying to craft clothes here on Cyrene, that's why they need sweat a lot. I don't know, did any of these things require it? Probably not. Yeah, even the fucking guns require sweat. So you can see Cyrene's done a lot of things right. They named the teleporters really good. They made all their blueprints require sweat so that fucking noobs actually have customers. What else is there? Holy shit, yeah, they added it to all of them. Well done, Cyrene. Like, thumbs up. The only thing I wish is that Arcadia would do that. Maybe they have and I haven't noticed. No, I've just opened that. Crude oil and Listerium. It's almost tempting to make that. If they only had an oil rig on this planet. Does anyone know, does Cyrene have an oil rig yet? Because I wouldn't mind collecting the oil, then buying the Listerium. That would bring down the cost. Yeah, so this one requires the super adhesive. Maybe that's why it's selling so good. Yeah, this basic targeting chip, it has a really high markup too. Yeah, this blueprint seems broken or something, eh? I click it, it doesn't show anything. Should buy one. See what the hell it is. Hey, I bought a broken blueprint, eh? Can I craft with it? Alright, we'll come back to that in a bit. Yep, see this one's requiring sweat. And those Cyrene mission tokens. This seems like a good thing to me. I'm gonna buy 2 of these. Now people underestimate how good the trade terminal blueprints are. I think it's because they're so widely available that no one bothers checking. And a lot of times the planets change the trade terminal blueprints and no one's realized, so they haven't even came back to look. This one requires lube. Alright. Yeah, so many prints that are requiring sweat. This is really well done. Man, that looks like a cool shirt print. I almost want to buy one. Yeah, why not? Hopefully I can resell them at my shop. It's weird. Sometimes trade terminal blueprints are the ones that sell best. It's kind of annoying. That was kind of interesting. It requires 60 sweat and 3 Zornstar. I think I have both of those. That's kick-ass. Let's try it. I don't see it here. Let's make sure I have Zornstar. Oh, I have the ore, not the ingots. Ah, shit, I need more. Alright, let's try to see if I can find any Zorn on auction. I used to be able to buy it for dirt cheap, but I think it went up in price. I think when Cyrene first opened, I bought 1,000 ped of Zorn for 104% or something. I forgot how much I needed. I need 3. So 300 is quite a bit of clicks. Let's check the buyout. What's the cheapest? So yeah, you can get it for 104 still. That's not bad. Maybe if this print trick works, people will be here buying it. Yeah, I haven't tried a new blueprint in a while. Be kind of neat. Maybe I'll make this the title of the video, because I was thinking, man, I haven't done anything that really interesting. Did I buy ore and not ingot? Alright, so I got the ingots. Am I low on sweat? 700 sweat. Well, I should have enough, eh? It says I need 60 sweat and 3 Zorn. I don't see it. Is it right there and I can't see it? Well, I'm gonna have to check the name of it and see what's going on. Zorn compound. Only have 11 pages. Is it just me, or do I always find things that are broken in the game somehow? I just bought some stuff to use a blueprint that doesn't work. Or it was right on the list and I didn't see it. Ah, here it is. Yeah, the blueprint's broken. Isn't that a disappointment? Well, at least it's kind of cool for a title for the video. No! I'll make it Broken Zorn. Alright. Thanks for watching the show, everyone. Sorry today's episode was a little bit on the melodramatic. It's kind of irritating that this freaking Zorn print didn't even work. Bought the materials for it to go to try it, but I found myself a broken blueprint. So maybe once this blueprint is working, I'll be the first to create it and I'll be all set to go. That's how I'll try to look on the optimistic side. Or I'll try to sell the Zorn that I bought and make it a profit, split it into smaller stacks and charge more maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll try doing. Sell the super adhesive, see if I can break even and get off this planet before I lose any more. Or no, tomorrow I'll try to investigate the maze downstairs and the maze hammer mission. Yeah, sorry I didn't get that today because I was a little bit tired, so I'll try to have a more exciting episode tomorrow. Maybe I'll find another thing that's broken. Yeah, so if you happen to get a little bit of Zorn that's broken, shoots out right into your vaporizer and you vaporize Zorn, and it tastes like shit, and give it a dislike. or give my video a dislike. But if it tastes great and you love the taste of Zorn, and or you like this video, then if you can help me out with a like, that'd be great. Comments or anything are also awesome. Yeah, I've got the society page linked below for my store, but I also put an affiliate link. So now if you want to create your own store online and sell your own products like t-shirts and stuff, don't forget about Society 6. People make fun of it, saying that it takes the highest amount of commission, but they're one of those stores that does everything for you. So you just create the design and boom, they do everything else. Like really all you have to do is market your design. They'll put it on any product for you, ship it out for you. It's the perfect lazy person store. But the commission's brutal. As you can imagine, you only get a small portion of the sale, but hey, it's still neat, the concept. Yeah, and if you like that, or if you want to sign up below to the video game links, you can get paid to try out new video games in the GameKit link. You can get paid to watch videos like YouTube on Hideout TV. And with Swagbucks, you can get paid for all your cash online purchases. So that's pretty sick. Alibaba, Amazon, Society 6, the other t-shirt stores, almost all of them have it. It's just because they're a market research company and they'll ask you questions after your purchase if you liked it or not, then you get the cash back. You can even give one-word answers. Alright, thanks again for watching everyone, and oh yeah, almost forgot the most important thing. Not the patron, not the sex machine, but never buy any products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now. See you tomorrow. Thanks for subbing everyone. If you haven't, here's the link. I'll put some videos next to it.